They say old houses remember things. Echoes of footsteps long gone. Whispers in locked rooms. Shadows that stretch too far. Emily never believed in such stories until she married into the Emerson family. Behind the grand estate, the wealth, and the elegant silence, something was waiting. A forbidden room. A mirror no one dared to face. And a name that should never have returned. Edward. This is not just a story about betrayal and inheritance. It's about identity, madness, and a darkness that wears a familiar face. Some legacies are cursed. Some ghosts still breathe. Part 2. The Phantom in the Legacy. Although Lawrence had been arrested and the court was preparing for trial, Emily did not feel the relief she had expected. In the nights that followed, she began dreaming again, of the forbidden room, of the woman in the white dress, silently standing before a mirror. But the woman had no face. Frightened, Emily left the city and moved back into her old apartment. Still, no matter where she went, she felt she was being watched. One evening, while doing laundry in the apartment's shared basement, she reached into her jacket pocket and found a photograph. It was a picture of herself, standing in the forbidden room of the mansion. But she had never taken that photo. Chapter 9. The third man. Emily turned to Detective James again, a man experienced in both inheritance crimes and the paranormal, for answers. James re-examined Lawrence's case and discovered a disturbing detail that had been missed. Lawrence once had a twin brother named Edward, who mysteriously disappeared 25 years ago. Around the same time Lawrence suddenly became wealthy. It wasn't Lawrence who stole the inheritance, James said. It may have been Edward, who killed his brother and stole his life. A chill ran down Emily's spine. If this was true, then the man she had once called her husband may have never been Lawrence at all. And the woman in the forbidden room might have been the only one who knew the truth. Chapter 10. Return to the mansion with help from James and local police. Emily secured a warrant to search the Emerson estate once more, before the property was officially seized. This time, they focused on the back garden, an area the servants had always been forbidden from entering. Beneath the roots of an old cypress tree, they uncovered a hidden underground chamber. Inside, a large steel safe, and beside it, a human skeleton. Later DNA analysis confirmed it. The remains belonged to Lawrence Emerson, the rightful heir. The man the world believed had died of old age long ago, had actually been murdered and buried in secret by his twin brother. Chapter 11. The Soul Thief. But that wasn't all. Inside the safe was an old cassette tape. When played, a woman's voice, faint and trembling, filled the room. If you're hearing this, my name is Clara. I'm Lawrence's wife. My husband is being poisoned. Edward has taken his place, pretending to be him, trying to steal everything. I don't know if I'll survive the night. But listen closely. Edward is not just a man. He cannot die. The recording ended with a violent cough, then silence. Emily felt her entire world collapse. What she had been caught in was not just a crime, but something darker. Something ancient. Something that wears human skin. Chapter 12. Open ending. 1 week later. The man the world believed was Lawrence, but was truly Edward, was transferred from prison to a psychiatric hospital due to signs of extreme mental instability. The next morning, when doctors checked his room, he was gone. No witnesses, no broken locks, no alarms. Just a message, scrawled in blood across the wall. I have lived many lives. Did you really think you could escape me, Emily? Emily moved again. This time, no one knew where she went. But every night before sleep, she would lock every door. Sprinkle salt in all four corners of her bed, just as a fortune teller once advised her. And she never, ever looked into a mirror at midnight again. Possession. Emily escaped, but she never truly left it behind. Chapter 13. Blood memories. After vanishing from her old home, Emily moved to a remote mountain town under a false name. She cut off all contact with the world. No phone, no internet, no letters. But in her sleep, she began dreaming of memories that weren't hers. Old Victorian stone hallways, half-melted candles. A woman standing in the wind, calling her by a name she had never heard before, Clarice. Desperate, Emily visited a local medium. The moment the woman touched her, she collapsed. When she finally came to, she whispered, "It's not that he follows you. He's already inside you." Chapter 14. Emerson. Blood detective James never dropped the case. Digging deeper into the Emerson family tree, he uncovered something chilling. Emily was a distant descendant of the third daughter the Emerson family once disowned, a woman cast out for marrying a man accused of carrying a cursed soul. That man's name, Elias. In forbidden texts, he was known as the borrowed skin. James wrote to warn Emily, but the letter never arrived. The envelope was found torn, with a single strange mark burned into it, a spiraling eye, like some demon's gaze. Chapter 15. Whispers in the mirror. On the night of a full moon, Emily noticed the mirror in her room had cracked, right down the middle. She hadn't touched it. Looking closer, the cracks formed a face. Edward's face. A voice rang inside her mind, not through her ears, but like it was etched directly into her skull. "I chose you, not because you are Emily, but because Clarice lives within your blood. She betrayed me, and now I will return through your body." Emily panicked and smashed the mirror. But blood started seeping from her eyes, as though something inside her was beginning to leak out. Chapter 16. The Last Rite. James found a ritual through a European occult scholar, one that could sever a soul's link to the body. But it came at a terrible cost. The possessed must die, willingly. "Emily, if you let your heart stop for 3 minutes," James told her, "I can bring you back without him. But if we fail, he'll live in you forever." She agreed. The ritual took place beneath an abandoned church, inside a sealed stone crypt. As her blood touched the consecrated floor, a black wind rose from nowhere. Edward's voice screamed, echoing in the dark, and then, silence. Emily's heart stopped. Chapter 17. Rebirth. 2 minutes and 45 seconds later, Emily opened her eyes. But something was wrong. Her eye color had changed, from warm brown to cold ash gray. Her voice sounded deeper, detached. James leaned in, cautious. "Emily, are you all right?" She smiled faintly. I'm fine, but Emily isn't here anymore. End of part 3. Possession. Weeks later, a series of mysterious disappearances began near the mountain village. Every victim had one thing in common. They had all spoken or written about the Emerson family. Meanwhile, Emily, or whatever now wears her skin, was already heading to her next destination. Would you like me to continue with part 4? Awakening the Ancient Soul? This next part will dive into the final origin of Edward, the truth behind Elias, and the ultimate battle for control over Emily's soul.